I've cleaned vomit off my brother-in-law's shirt on Christmas Day more than once, and this year I don't know if I can go through with it again. Hi, Aunt Jay. I used to love Christmas. Now I dread it, and it's all because of one person, my brother-in-law, Robbie. Robbie is my wife Rachel's brother. He's divorced and has 2 kids of his own, and every year we host Christmas for the whole family. Rachel and I have 2 kids, aged 11 and 9, and we always try to make the day special. Rachel's parents come over too. They're in their 70s now. And Christmas with the whole family means the world to them. Robbie brings his children, and on paper it should be wonderful. Cousins playing together, grandparents watching proudly, everyone under one roof. But it isn't, because every single year Robbie gets drunk and ruins it. It's the same story every year. He'll show up already smelling of drink and brush it off with a joke about getting into the Christmas spirit. And then he just keeps going. By the time we're carving the turkey, he's already on his 5th or 6th drink. That's when everything starts to unravel. The more he drinks, the nastier he becomes. At first, the comments are disguised as jokes, little digs at Rachel's cooking, mocking his dad's hearing, teasing his kids in a way that clearly upsets them. But it doesn't stop there. Once he's deep into the bottle, he crosses the line that sober people don't even approach. He's made jabs about people's weight, sneered at relatives about their parenting, even thrown barbs about my marriage to Rachel. One year he told me I had no idea what real responsibility was because I wasn't a single dad. Another time he accused Rachel of living an easy life compared to him. And if anyone, me, Rachel, or his elderly parents, dares to say that he's had enough to drink, that's when he really explodes. He'll slam his drink down, start shouting, swearing that we're trying to control him. He'll storm into the garden, sulk in another room, or stomp around, muttering insults under his breath. The kids are scared, the conversation dies, and everyone starts walking on eggshells. I mean, it's humiliating and exhausting. There's been Christmases where Robbie has gotten so drunk he's been sick all over himself. And I've been the one cleaning him up, changing his shirt, putting him into bed like a toddler. I've spent Christmas nights scrubbing carpets instead of enjoying my time with my children. Rachel has locked herself in the bathroom in tears more than once, and every year we tell ourselves next year will be different, but it never is. And the next year, Robbie, without fail, calls or sends a long message saying how sorry he is, how he went too far, and promises next year will be different. And every single year we forgive him because what else can we do? He's Rachel's brother and he's part of the family. But the truth is, we're all at breaking point. Rachel is beyond fed up. I'm fed up. Even his parents, the kindest, most patient people I know, have said they don't know how much more they can take. They've stopped defending him. They're angry, embarrassed, hurt, but they're also heartbroken at the thought that their grandchildren will be missing out. Because if Robbie isn't invited, his kids can't come either. And those kids love Christmas with the family. They look forward to it every year. The idea of those kids missing out crushes their grandparents, and that's the only reason why we haven't drawn a line already. But I can't help thinking about the message we're sending to all the children, his and ours. Every year they watch a grown man behave like this, Every year they watch everyone clean up after him and pretend it's fine. I mean, what does that teach them? That people can act however they want and never face consequences. The adults should tiptoe around bad behaviour just because it's family. This year, I just don't know if I can do it again. I've told Rachel that we need to seriously consider not inviting him. Maybe Christmas will be smaller, quieter, and maybe there will be disappointment and upset. But I just can't keep watching my wife cry in the kitchen while her brother humiliates himself and everyone around him. I can't keep pretending that this is normal. And yet, I come full circle because the guilt hits me every time I think about it. His kids love being here. My children love being with their cousins. His parents look forward to the one magical day all year. And if we draw the line, all of that disappears as well. So it's weeks before Christmas and I'm torn. Do I protect everyone's peace even if it means some hearts get broken? Or do I once again let him in and watch our Christmas turn into damage control? I don't know what to do, Aunt Jay. I'll say this. Saying sorry means absolutely nothing if the behaviour never changes. Robbie isn't sorry, he's just embarrassed. And he's learnt that if he apologises the next day, everyone will forgive him. And it'll be as if it never happened. So that's not an apology, it's just pressing the reset button. I can understand why you feel torn because this situation isn't black and white. It's not just about Robbie, it's about his kids and your kids and the grandparents. But here's the thing, protecting the children doesn't mean protecting bad behaviour. And right now, everyone, including those children, is being taught a dangerous lesson. That family can treat you badly again and again and still be guaranteed a seat at the table. Robbie's children will grow up remembering how their dad acted every Christmas. They'll remember the tension, the shouting, the humiliation. And your children will remember how it felt to tiptoe around him, to watch their mum cry, to see their dad cleaning up vomit off the carpet. And none of that is harmless. None of that is what Christmas is meant to be. It's also not your responsibility to keep giving him opportunities to change. He's an adult. He's a father. If you want things to change, then the cycle has to be broken. And that might mean making a decision that upsets people in the short term, but protects everyone in the long run. That might mean telling Robbie that he's not welcome unless he's sober. It might be that you invite the children through another arrangement. Maybe it means a quiet Christmas without him until he finally realises how serious this is. But carrying on as you are, hoping for a different outcome while nothing changes, is just repeating the same pain. Of course, you're not cruel for wanting peace. You're not overreacting for wanting your children to have a Christmas without chaos. And you're not betraying anybody by saying enough. If Robbie truly cares about his family, he'll prove it with his actions, not his hangover apologies. Those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comments section below. Now on to our second story today. Our second story, they come for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, but don't leave until mid-January. Hi Aunt Jay, I feel guilty for even saying this because I do care about them, but every single year I spend January counting down the days until my sister-in-law finally goes home. My sister-in-law, Dawn, is my husband Andrew's younger sister. Dawn's a single mum with 3 children, and when her husband left her for another woman a few years ago, he left them with nothing, And I felt awful for her then, and I still do now. She's had a really rough time, and I know she's doing her best. But every Christmas, Dawn and her kids come to stay, and they just never leave. We invite them for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, and that's it. That's the invitation. And every year, without fail, they're still here well into January. One year it's the 10th, another the 14th. Last year she didn't leave till the 30th. And I already know how this year is going to go too, because it always does. They'll arrive on the 24th, and more than 2 weeks later, I'm still making beds, cooking meals, and cleaning up after extra people. It's not that I don't like Dawn or her children. I do, I care about them. I want them to be okay, but there's a difference between wanting someone to be okay and wanting them to take over your home. And right now, that's how it feels. They treat this house like it's theirs. None of them lift a finger, not Dawn, not the kids. Dawn never offers to help with cooking or cleaning. The children are loud, constantly running around, which I could cope with. I mean, kids are kids, but it's the way they have no boundaries at all that wears me down. They've broken my own children's toys more than once, leaving my kids upset and me trying to smooth things over. They spill drinks on the carpet repeatedly, leaving stains that still haven't come out. They've scribbled all over the hallway paper with felt tip pens, and Dawn just laughs and says, "Well, they're only little." Well, she stands there watching me trying to scrub it off. I eat everything in sight. I do a big Christmas shop every year, and half of it's gone before Boxing Day's over. Dawn smokes heavily and stubs cigarette butts all over the garden, and she has absolutely no boundaries. She'll invite people over without asking, takes over the TV and helps herself to things like it's normal. She just has no manners at all. It's not just the practical side, it's the mental load. The fact that I feel like I can't just relax in my own home until they're gone. I find myself tiptoeing around my own house, biting my tongue, trying not to snap. My own children end up spending half their school holidays hiding in their rooms because the noise and chaos downstairs is just too much. And by the time they finally go, I'm utterly drained and resentful. And here's the thing, Andrew feels sorry for her. He really does. He knows how much she's been through, and he hates the idea of upsetting her. And I get that, I really do. But his solution is to do nothing. Every year, if I bring it up, every year he just says, "She's had such a hard time, let's just leave it." I've told him more than once that he needs to say something. She's his sister, but he doesn't. And he always says, "We'll talk about it next year." And then next year comes and we're back to the same situation. And I think what frustrates me most is that Dawn never asks. She never says, "Would it be okay for us to stay a few extra days?" She just stays. And because no one says anything, she just takes it as a given. And I sit there smiling through gritted teeth, waiting for the day she packs up and leaves. I feel awful for even thinking like this because I know she's struggling. I know she doesn't have much. And the truth is, Andrew and I are comfortable. We both have really good jobs and a nice house. We are in a position to help, and we do want to help. But there's a difference between helping and being taken advantage of. And lately, it feels like we're crossing that line. I think what I'm scared of most is that if I say something, she'll turn round and say, "Well, fine, I just won't come here at all then." And I don't want that. I don't want a family fallout. I don't want her to feel unwelcome. I just want some boundaries. I want her to visit for Christmas and not move in until half of January. This year, I can feel like something's shifting. I'm reaching my limit. I've already told Andrew that I think he needs to speak to her before Christmas, not after, not once she's already here, but before. He just looked uncomfortable and said we'd talk about it later, but I know he won't. If he doesn't, we're going to have the same situation all over again. I don't know what to do, Aunt Jay. I don't want to hurt her. I don't want to push her away. But I can't keep living like this every Christmas. I want my home back. I want my peace back. And I want to stop dreading the time of year that's supposed to be joyful. So what do I do? Do I stay silent and put up with it to avoid upsetting her? Or do I finally draw a line, even if it risks changing our relationship for good? I'll be blunt with you. Dawn isn't the problem here, it's Andrew. It's his silence that has allowed this to go from a kind gesture to an annual takeover. It's his guilt that has made your home feel like a place where you have to tiptoe around someone else's comfort. And every time he says, we'll talk about it next year, what he really means is, I'm leaving you to deal with this on your own. And that's not fair. Not to you, not to your children, and not even to Dawn. Because by refusing to have a difficult conversation, Andrew isn't protecting his sister, he's enabling her. And he's leaving you to carry all the resentment while he gets to feel like the good guy. That's how marriages end up with silent bitterness simmering underneath polite smiles. This isn't about being cruel, it's about being honest. Dawn's situation is sad, yes, but it's not your fault, and it's not your job to sacrifice your home for weeks on end because Andrew can't bring himself to have an honest conversation. If anyone should be setting boundaries here, it's him. It's his sister. It's his family. And yet you're the one left cleaning up the mess, absorbing the frustration, and holding your tongue. And let's be real, Dawn isn't staying because she has no choice. She's staying because no one has ever told her not to. And that's on Andrew. The longer he avoids the truth, the worse it's going to get. You need to stop carrying this quietly. Tell Andrew clearly that this is no longer sustainable. Not a suggestion, a boundary. I can't do another Christmas like this, and I need you to speak to your sister before she arrives. If he refuses, the problem isn't just Dawn's lack of boundaries, it's your husband's lack of backbone. He might not like hearing that, but the truth is marriages don't suffer because of a sister-in-law. They suffer because one partner lets the other one down while pretending they're both fine. Don't let that happen here. He has to step up or you'll be stuck resenting not just Dawn's visit, but the man who keeps letting it happen. Well, those are my thoughts. Have you ever found yourselves in any of these situations? What advice do you have and how would you deal with it? Let me know in the comments section below. Thank you for watching and subscribe for more true stories like this. I post every single week. But until next time, guard your heart and protect your peace.